Hey there guys, Max Junkie here. Welcome back to another video here. I've gotten quite a few knives since the video I made, going over all the knives I have in my collection. Namely, I have this iBasilisk here, as well as a Serif and a Serpent Striker V3. Might make videos on them in the future. This one, though, is about the iBasilisk and my unfortunate experience with it. Why I'm just kind of disappointed in what I've received for the price that it is. So we'll start from where from when I got the knife. Now, when I got it, I paid $600, $600 for it, MSRP on Hom's site. And the first one that I got, this is the replacement that I have here, but the first one I got had really bad shearing force. And if you don't know what shearing force is, it's essentially kind of like doing a swing test, but if you just hold the knife out to the side and kind of let the handle kind of move like this. And if everything's good, it should pretty freely just kind of move at a very, slight angle. You don't have to really do a big drop. It's just like sideways. You can kind of see a little bit of it right there of shearing force is essentially, if you try and do this, the blade will just kind of, and the handle will just stick together like this. Which, if you have a lot of shearing force, makes rollover tricks impossible. And at the very best, completely annoying. So you have a knife that is binding in a horizontal plane, and you can see how this, even though this is the replacement, it's a lot better. It still kind of does it. Not always, but, kind of. And just for example, I'll grab like even my Squiddy. This is a Squiddy B, $40 trainer. Does about the same thing. But this is made of plastic. It's not a $600 knife. If we grab a Kraken, something a lot more like standard, we do this with the Kraken. Absolutely no move. Well, a little bit on that handle. But in general, you won't see it happening too much. We'll do it on the tab here. And then this is really only a problem with bushing or washer knives. A ball bearing knife won't have this problem. And then with the Serif also does it a little bit. But having a little bit like that isn't necessarily bad. It's when it's really bad. It's when you're, doing it and the whole handle just stays with the blade and locks like that, so it binds. This one, when I got the first one, that's what it did. So it was really annoying because it made flipping it made it feel awful to flip, because I'd be trying to do, rollovers, chaplains, behind the 8 balls, whatever it is, and it would just bind essentially. So I messaged Jerry, sent him some videos and stuff, so I sent back the knife and got this replacement, which the problems were essentially fixed. So I was like, sick. Now I can flip the knife and get my opinions on it. And since I went through so much trouble to get a replacement and all this stuff, I really wanted to like it, but I actually, I don't know. It's just kind of mid to me in terms of flipping performance. Specifically with the way it sounds, which is subjective. One thing I do like, first of all, I love ring. Ring is my favorite thing ever, and this knife actually subtly rings as it's flipping. And you can hear that, which sounds great. When doing stuff like the ice pick sound test, doesn't sound especially like, nutty or anything, but that's whatever. The main problem I have with is the difference of the safe handle and the bite handle when you're just closing the knife. On the safe handle, pretty normal. This sounds totally fine. If I do the same fan close on the bite handle, listen to this. That sounds awful. that just, it doesn't scream quality when you hear this, when closing your knife, this massive smack. And I haven't found anywhere in particular that seems to be like damaged, or I haven't found anywhere that seems to be cosmetically affected by this. But when you pay this much for a knife, you want everything to be kind of the way it should be out of the box. And having these kind of sounds, it's just not very reassuring. Like, I don't want to bring this outside because I don't want to drop it, because the one I had before had binding problems, and now this one is making these noises, which are probably just, you know, noises. It's probably not like that big of a deal, but when I pay as much as I paid for this knife, I want it to sound and act like the Serif, you know? Like, I got this on a big discount from my friend, so $500 I paid for the Serif. But if I paid $650, like standard price for a Serif, I would be totally happy with it because of the way it sounds. No problems. It sounds amazing. Great tolerances. This one also has great tolerances. You know, like there's no tap on this, obviously. It just has that noise, which just, just don't like it. So I'm probably going to end up selling this iBas, just because comparatively, I just think the Serif is better. Don't really know too much of where I'm going with this. I was just really excited to, you know, get all these knives and kind of work up like a video, and I've just kind of come to the conclusion of how I feel about my iBasilisk. And it's unfortunate, because the basilisk I had before it, the Micarta basilisk, was amazing. It sounded really cool. None of my other balisongs sounded like it. It flipped great. It was super smooth. And I paid $350 for that. Of course, that's secondhand, but MSRP, that one was like $500. So $100 cheaper than this, and it flipped better, sounded better, had better, you know, overall experience for me. So, I don't know. Just a bit disappointing, really, but it is what it is. I'm sure there will be plenty of people who are willing to buy a minty iBas that's never been flipped over anything but carpet and is in immaculate condition. So at the end of the day, I'm not losing out too much. I just wish I was a bit more infatuated by by this knife. So anyway, that's my quick little rant out of the way here. Videos coming about the Serif and the Serpent Striker V3, hopefully coming soon. I also just ordered a Fellowship Blades Empusa, and I cannot wait to get that thing in here. So lots of knives coming in for me to make videos about, and yeah, we'll end the video with the drop right there. So yeah, thanks for watching.